Paul, one of the big themes in this book is taking control. With all that in mind, what Bessa just said, it's quite gloomy. Do you worry a bit, and it seems to come through in this book, that people are leaving too much of their future up to others, or kind of, as you put it in the book, perhaps asleep at the wheel?
Generally speaking, the stock market is now 15%. Everybody wants to go to heaven, no one wants to die. And I say that because generally people, Western world, they're generally lazy when it comes to research or having to work or think. And I think that with research, for example, is a great example. I mean, in the advisory markets, you've got advisors, institutions, not so much bankers, but certainly the advice that's given to the retail market. And I refer to it as yesterday's race guide, because the information today that's distributed on the 16th of April was signed off by directors around about the second week of January. It's 90 days old. It actually has no bearing on the future. And I think that, how many people have got control today over CBA or Westpac share price? Well, you probably have an influence there. Generally, you don't, and that's why private enterprise, and employing people. The reason I don't believe it for one moment. Getting back to the previous question, that people believe that the things are getting better. I don't believe that at all. I don't know whether interest rates. It's a reprieve in 2 or 3 interest rates are going to actually stimulate the economy, because there's not enough business or government incentive for business to employ. Cost of labour now sky high. I don't want to depart and skew off from the question, but getting back to control is that's why private enterprise. I mean, people rely too much on information, and I think have been blinded by institutions to accept and ignore or misunderstand risk. I mean, in my business today, nearly 98% of my time, and I do some big projects now, and I have a very selected few of partners, very few now, where I had a lot of, now I have very few on one hand. And my job is pretty much, all I do is manage risk, think about what can go wrong. And I can control those outcomes to a degree. When you're in the retail market, you have no control. You're just relying on that information, yesterday's race guide or yesterday's weather report, which has no bearing on tomorrow. That's the problem. And people believe in that and hang their hat on that. She'll be right. The backslapping individual Australian's motto, she'll be right, mate. Well, it won't be right. And people need to wake up to the fact.